Let's fucking go!
Let's fucking go.
Yours truly, Brevin Thompson, is back, this time to talk about Deadpool and Wolverine, directed by Shawn Levy and stars Ryan Reynolds and Hugh Jackman. Now, in regards to discussing the plot of the film, it's going to be very difficult for me to discuss it without spoiling anything, which I'm not going to do. But the basic gist of the plot is Deadpool teaming up with a variant of Wolverine to save his universe. And that's as far as I can go without spoiling anything, just so you know. This has been the most fun that I've had in a theater all year. I wouldn't say that Deadpool and Wolverine is the best film of 2024. Dune Part 2 takes that title for me personally. But in regards to entertainment value, I mean, Deadpool and Wolverine is on a fucking 12 for me personally. It's far from perfect. I do have some issues with the movie in regards to certain things, which I'll discuss later after I discuss my positives for the film. But still, Deadpool and Wolverine, I had a fucking blast. Biggest highlight, of course, is the chemistry between Ryan Reynolds and Hugh Jackman as Deadpool and Wolverine. They play off each other so well. Their constant bickering with each other throughout the whole movie is just hilarious. And them having like certain fight scenes together, them fighting each other, and them teaming up for the big finale, which I won't give away. It just gives you pretty much everything that you would want from these characters, and it's absolute gold. With Ryan Reynolds being the comedian and Hugh Jackman being the straight man. In some ways, it can be viewed as a superhero buddy cop movie with Ryan Reynolds being the comedian and Hugh Jackman as Wolverine being the straight man who has no time for Deadpool's bullshit. The action sequences are top-notch in this film. Some of the best that I've seen for an MCU film. And I am so happy that Disney did not try to tone this down for PG-13, because if they tried to water down a Deadpool movie for PG-13, it would not have worked, because it gives us the glorious things that we expect from a Deadpool film, the F-bombs and the gore. Although, there's a joke in the film that you've probably seen in the trailers with Blind Al asking Deadpool if they want to do cocaine, but Deadpool's like, hey, cocaine is the one thing that Kevin Feige says is off limits, which I did think was hilarious. Another thing I really like about the film is the soundtrack, because it uses certain songs by NSYNC, Huey Lewis and the News, AC/DC, and of course, Madonna's Like a Prayer, which is plastered all over the marketing for this film. And I guarantee, if most of you have seen the movie, when it comes to the opening, it's gonna be hard for you to get NSYNC's Bye 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 out of your head. And Corrin as Cassandra Nova, who is the main villain of the film, as well as Charles Xavier's twin sister, she is a pure evil, cold-hearted bitch. There are certain scenes where she tortures Wolverine and Deadpool with her powers, although it's highly implied that she's far more powerful than Charles is, because there are certain scenes where she uses her powers, and especially in very disturbing ways, is just... they got under my skin sometimes, I'm not gonna lie to you. And with this film, as well as this current saga of MCU films dealing with the multiverse, of course you're going to expect a lot of cameos and appearances from pre-MCU or current MCU era characters, which really surprised me on my first viewing, and I won't give anything away, but when I saw these appearances from these characters, it did nothing but put a huge smile on my face. Although, the final trailer did give away the appearance of a certain character, which I wish that the final trailer did not show this character, and I think it would have been more impactful for me personally if it was kept a secret for the film. So the final trailer just, I mean, I loved seeing this character again, but I just wish the final trailer did not spoil that. And like I mentioned, this film is far from perfect, even though I really enjoyed the Deadpool and Wolverine. There are some continuity issues in regards to like the events of this film as well as the events in Logan, because Deadpool and Wolverine takes place in 2024 while Logan takes place in 2029. And the opening of this film shows something related to Logan, although Ryan Reynolds said in one video with Hugh Jackman that they want to somehow honor the legacy of Logan by like not undoing the death of the Wolverine from the Fox era of X-Men films, and instead he does something in a certain action sequence which was both hilarious, entertaining, and also disrespectful to the legacy of Wolverine from the Fox era at the same all at once. I was just like, oh my god. But I kind of had like mixed emotions about that, but overall it was just like, I'm glad that they didn't like undo the death of Wolverine and Logan, but instead they just kind of like left it alone and instead bring in a variant of Wolverine from a different universe into this movie. And speaking of which, seeing Hugh Jackman in yellow spandex, I was so satisfied to see that. Now that I think about that, there is a callback to the first X-Men that made me think about the suit in this movie.
You actually go outside in these things? What would you prefer? Yellow spandex?
And after 2 decades, we finally got yellow spandex, and I'm happy for that. And there's a certain montage that happens at some point in the movie with Deadpool doing some multiverse hopping, trying to find a variant of Wolverine. Something happens, and I thought this was going to deliver something that was like promised. I mean, well, at least I thought was going to be promised to a lot of fans. They tease something, but they don't really give us that. And I felt cheated. And if you've seen the movie, then you probably know what I'm talking about. But that's as far as I can go without spoiling anything. So despite a few issues that I have with the film, this just gave me so much joy. It's definitely the best MCU film that we've had since Spider-Man No Way Home. I love the performances. I love the action sequences. I love the soundtrack. The fan service moments are, of course, at an all-time high, and some of the best since No Way Home. If you're a fan of the MCU, and if you kind of felt let down by the newest slate of MCU movies, I guarantee you will not be disappointed with Deadpool and Wolverine. Definitely check it out as soon as you can. I'm going to give Deadpool and Wolverine an A-.
That was totally wicked!
So what did you think of the film? Let me know in the comments below. And guys, thank you so much as always for watching. Looking forward to doing more videos really soon. And if you want my thoughts on old or new movies, of course, you know where to find me.